guys, I'm Tim.
I'm Bob.
I'm Spencer.
And I'm CJ.
This is the Board Game Rundown. Today we're going to talk about games we played, news, crowdfunding, Kickstarters, and we've got a little topic we're going to just throw at you. See what you think. So to start off, games we've played. We've been off. We took Easter off, so we've been off for a week.
Weeks, yep.
So we got some. I got some games under my belt.
Okay.
How about you guys?
Well,
I got a
I've been
couple.
off for like many weeks.
Sure.
For various reasons.
Yeah.
But I'm back.
And better than ever.
Unfortunately,
No
not as many games as I would like.
How many games? Well, just throw one out there. What'd you
3
play?
games.
Okay.
All right, we played Anachrony.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
fantastic.
Spencer
Oh,
was
you
there
played
when
with
we played
Bob.
them. Yeah.
Bob. Oh man, I like that game.
Isn't that cool?
It's really
really
good
Yeah.
game.
Hopefully we can play it again soon.
I
And we'll
do
add a
hope we can.
module in there too.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
All the
really
different
good.
models in there looked really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was second place.
Yeah.
I think you won.
Yep.
But yeah, I
Good
would like to play it
times.
again.
Yeah.
Probably the best time travel game there is.
Probably. There's
I
a
mean,
lot of
Time
them.
Stories is really good too, but
Yeah.
it's completely
I'm looking
different.
different
forward to playing
type of
that one,
time
too. I
travel.
really want to play Time Stories.
Yeah, that's more Quantum Leap
Yep.
than time
I
travel.
like Quantum Leap.
I do.
Oh,
I
boy.
do too. Oh boy.
Scott Bakula.
Yeah.
Okay. So you want to do all yours, or do you?
Oh,
wanna
sure, I'll do
throw
all
them in the
mine. I
rotation?
also did a King of Tokyo with my kids.
love King of
because they
Tokyo.
love
Yeah.
it.
Love playing with my
And
kids.
I've ordered, I haven't received it yet, but I've ordered the expansion, so we'll soon have the
like power up.
the
Yep. Power up's good.
the asymmetric powers.
Yep.
And then the last one we've just played.
Oh,
GKR
GKR
Heavy
Heavy
Hitters.
Hitters.
Yeah.
Oh baby, what a workshop! I love GKR Heavy Hitters. It is in my top 10 of games.
We will have a video of that. Oh!
Whoa, Dan's not here. Spencer's got the magic fingers. Oh no!
Miracle.
What just happened?
That's crazy.
We are
The universe is
really
broken.
Well done,
hyped
it's,
sir.
today.
it's the seat.
Yeah.
Well done, sir. It is the seat.
Yeah.
It's the chair. Powers imbued by the chair.
Right.
So
CJ, that was your first time playing that?
That was indeed.
So-
Now I was tangentially aware of it, but I had never, again, until about, when did you guys start doing this board game stuff?
About a year ago.
Until about,
Just over a
until
year
about
ago.
a year ago, I didn't have a good crew to play board games with.
Sure.
So I was
You're
like,
welcome.
well, I don't know about getting into it. And then like, oh, actually, this game rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does
Again,
rock.
Bob and I were laughing after the fact. It's like, well, I don't know, there wasn't as much strategy as I'd like, and I didn't have access to my full abilities. And his immediate response was, "So it's a board game." I was
Yep.
like,
Yeah.
"Yes,
Yeah,
precisely."
but
Yep.
I will say though that like even Jeff, right, who was
Yeah.
our fourth in that one because Bob didn't.
I didn't
play.
get to play.
You could see the anxiety, and the tension. I mean, I know it was in me, right?
Oh,
I mean,
they
like
were-
we
That's
all
just how Jeff looks.
was
though.
we
so
are
funny.
all like up and down, but man,
Yeah.
like that game is so much fun. It just gets crazy, like really fast.
And I like the fact that you have to choose what your abilities are going to be at the very beginning of the game because that gives you replayability.
Yeah, yeah. So you could play the same mech and use a different loadout.
Different
and
loadout,
get a different experience.
Completely different, yeah.
Yep.
A lot
so-
of replayability there.
Gosh, it's a great game. It is expensive, but it's pre-painted minis.
Yeah.
They're
They're
nice.
beautiful minis, too.
And they're really well done.
Yeah, they're really
They're
well
not
done.
just well done; they're big.
Yeah.
They are.
They are.
Oh,
They
yeah.
are big with 2 E's.
And all the little weapons on them correspond to the weapons you actually get to play in the game.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
Yeah,
waiting for the
it's-
video game.
It's on theme.
Yeah, like all the flavor text on all of like the
Oh, those are
sponsor
great.
cards and stuff like that. This bombing brought to you by
Yeah,
Coca-Cola. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
It's
just
great.
it's fantastic. I love it. I'm glad you guys
Yeah,
liked
I'm glad
it.
you guys liked it.
Because it is one of my favorite games, and any excuse to get it on the table is a good one.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
So-
Weta Workshop was cool. They did all the
Yeah, Lord
of the Rings stuff.
Right.
Yeah, it's an amazing place.
Yes.
Yeah, District 9.
Yep.
They were gonna do Evangelion, and then that fell apart.
Oh.
Tears. Anyway,
So that was your 3, CJ.
well, I played GKR.
Yep.
Obviously, I played Galaxy Hunters with Bob and Dan.
Yep.
Right on.
That was
Yep.
a couple of weeks ago.
It was, yeah.
But it was a good time.
Yeah.
Hey, Galaxy Hunters on store shelves now. Go
It
get
is.
it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
literally on store shelves now. Go get it. Also, I did my usual round of 40K, round of
There you
BattleTech,
go.
round of Age of Sigmar. Had a great moment where I threw an urban mech, which is affectionately referred to as a battle bucket,
Okay.
against King Crab, which is about 70 tons heavier than it. He pegged me through the torso with a Ultra AC-20, which is just about the biggest gun you can get, and it just completely cored the mech. So me and Matt, who was playing against, we were just laughing at the idea of like the guy gets out of it. It was like, wow, you put a big old hole in there, just boom. Oh, hey, look, there
Done.
goes the engine. Don't put a light mech up against a king crab, folks. It goes bad.
Lesson learned. And this is the guy running the day, and he made that mistake.
Yeah, well.
Oh, well.
Sometimes it's just fun to see what you can do, though.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, like, I kind of threw the urban mech in because I had 500 points to spare. So it's just like, well, the heck with it.
Sure.
Also because I had it painted, so that
Oh yeah,
Hey.
got to use it. Right?
Got to
I
put
hear
it
you.
on the table.
Yeah.
All right, Bobby. We'll just go back and forth.
Sure, okay.
Because I'm sure we played a bunch.
Yeah, I got a couple weeks ago, Good Friday, we played for the first time, like we typically do with a Lacerda game, one round of On Mars to learn it.
Yeah,
and that took
that probably
about
still
3 hours.
yeah.
Oh my god.
And then we stopped. When we did Lisboa, it was the same way. It took us about
Sure.
2-3 hours to get through like one round, kind of figure out how everything's supposed to actually work. And then like, okay, let's pick it up for now. We'll revisit it with now that we have an inkling of what's going on.
Yeah. 'Cause
but
those are so crunchy. They're
so
usually really
crunchy.
good,
Correct. But it does take a while to wrap your head around.
especially if you're trying to learn.
Yeah, because nobody knew how to play.
Right.
So,
If
and
you-
I hadn't watched any playthroughs yet. So,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
it was
Yeah,
super.
That's brutal.
It was.
That's brutal.
But
So
Levi
I'm
enjoys that, so that's why he wanted to do it.
No,
I'm like,
that's
all right,
great.
Yeah.
That's great. I'm gonna go the other opposite of the spectrum.
Okay.
I was on vacation,
Uh-huh.
and I taught. Well, my daughter already knew how to play, but I taught her friend how to play Llama. We played Llama.
nice.
Little deck
Mm-hmm.
game. You know, you're trying to get rid of the cards in your hand, similar to Uno, but there's points. It's not
Like
as
an old
mean.
maid kind of, right? Because you don't want to be stuck with the llama.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Mhm.
Yeah, Old Maid meets Uno.
Okay.
And yeah, it was a lot of fun. They had a good time. It went quick.
Nice.
It's Llama.
Yeah.
Sick.
It took us 3 hours to learn, and we put it away.
Yeah.
then we just
Came
got
back out
back
again.
out.
Yeah. All
No,
right.
just
Nice. So after that, Levi left, and I was stuck with Ben and Brandon.
Yep.
And I asked them what they wanted to play. I gave them free reign, and they
Yeah.
wanted to play Lost Ruins of Arnak again.
Nice.
So we did another run through of that and played it. They
Super hot
yeah,
game right now.
they enjoyed it. They played, so we played
I've
it again.
still not
and
played that yet.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
You're gonna have
It's
to
hard
bring
to
it. We're
get.
gonna have to all
Yeah.
do it.
It's hard to get.
It
so
is. Yep, you just
so
gotta
you-
come over sometime.
I will.
Stay up till 3 in the morning one day, and you can come play.
Maybe.
Sleep is
I
for the
still-
weak.
That's right.
I still haven't recovered from playing Galaxy Hunters. We were out until like 5 a.m.
yeah. I was up till 5 a.m. this last
His-
morning playing
his
games.
game night
Yeah, but that's
started at
normal for
midnight.
you.
That's when mine end.
Yeah. Second shift life, baby. Woo,
So
woo.
like,
Oh.
I will just count this as one thing, but
Okay.
3 different times, maybe 4, we played Lords of Vegas.
Wow.
Kelly,
Whoa.
like
Nice.
my wife is like, "Hey, can we play that casino game?" I'm like, "Yep."
So
Every time.
We need
Did
to-
you do it?
we need to cut this part out.
No, yeah. So we played that like 4 different times.
Nice.
Yeah, it's
Great
it's
game.
just really so good. Lords of Vegas. You might hate it because it is all randomness. Dan hates it,
Dan hates it 'cause it's all random.
All right.
but it's
Dan,
not all random.
There's mitigation
There's
involved.
a lot of mitigation.
But if you like, luck-based, rolling dice and
It's
trying
gambling.
to roll high, yeah.
You are gambling. Is the
Yeah.
whole game you are
It's the whole
just
game.
gambling.
You mean a game called Lords of Vegas has
and
something
there's
with
gambling involved?
Yeah.
Shocker.
Weird.
I might
Very
get
weird.
into it for the aesthetic, but like,
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, nope, that's fine. I freaking love that game.
Yeah.
That game, if we were to do our top 30, like now, that would be way higher than I think it originally was
Yeah.
if it made it at all, because I mean, we might have only played it once at
Yeah,
the
we
time
only-
we made
I'm
those,
gonna have to
that-
Yep,
play it with
yep.
you
those
then.
lists. You will have to play it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Cool.
Lords of Vegas a bunch of times.
Yeah, I didn't get to play it though. I don't
Right,
Yeah,
right.
I haven't played mine yet. Okay, so anyways, this past Friday, down visiting my parents, we only had a little bit of time on Friday night after we got there, so we played the Deckective.
Oh, sweet.
Very nice.
Yeah, we liked it. We didn't do very well. We didn't
Oh.
examine the crime scene and stuff very well.
So you did Deckective where you build the crime scene.
Yeah, the one
Yes,
that we-
yeah.
the one
So
that
I
we've
won't
all
get too
done.
much
Yeah,
into
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yes, we've all done it now.
Yep.
Yeah, we didn't do so great. My mom
Sure.
didn't quite understand what she was looking for and doing anything. Plus, I feel bad because I didn't examine it. I'm a detective.
to
And
look
I didn't
at the
think to
whole-
look at the thing.
At the entire crime scene.
Yeah.
All the way around.
All of it. Yeah.
All of it.
Didn't examine it.
It's
so
really, that's a good one though,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah, it was enjoyable. And
And also-
now that I know what to expect if I play another one, I'd be a lot more.
Right.
I would like to add, do it in a well-lit room, not the dark room I was in.
Yeah.
Hard to look at those cards. I'm like, get my light out.
We are gonna be getting more of those
Cool.
as they come out.
I'm
Very
looking
cool.
forward to it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
they're fun.
It's funny that you played that because I played a Deckscape.
Oh, nice.
So I played one of the new. It is the Heist in Venice.
Okay.
Is the one we played. So you are a
I love
gang
the
of
Italian
thieves.
job.
You're a gang of thieves, and you're basically trying to pull off this heist. Now the unique thing to this one is that there are 6 character cards. So each character's got like different things that they know about different puzzles.
Okay.
And so you can't show anybody your clues.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so now it's like anything else, right? You play the cards as they tell you. You try to solve the puzzles. This one also had like a thing where you needed to remember to do things in the right order, which kind of made it really tricky. We luckily did pretty well, but it took us an hour and a half, so we lost points
for time
not being in an hour, right? But we had made 2 mistakes, but because we had made some good decisions, we got those mistakes removed. So we had no X's by the end.
Nice.
So
I'd like to add, I also played the same Deckscape game. I think that was right before I left.
Yeah, the day before the last time.
So I haven't told you guys yet, but
The
I played it too.
Yeah.
Yes, I handed it to him.
Yeah.
All I'm hearing is like Ocean's 11, the board game. I was just like,
It's fun.
It's not really a board game though. It's just like there are cards.
Card game, but
sure.
Yep.
And then I have one more, but it did get played twice. It was requested a second time.
Nice.
We played it Saturday afternoon, and then Saturday evening they requested again. Quacks. I took Quacks to my parents' house. They hadn't played it before. My mom loved it. She gave the bag, she clink, 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 clink with the bits and stuff. She's like, these are really nice. I'm like, well, they're not standard bits. But yeah, she really enjoyed that one.
Quacks is so good. I played Quacks like 3 times also.
Nice.
Because it was like Lords of Vegas, Quacks.
Yep.
Lords of Vegas, Quacks. And then we played Taverns once. And then I taught my daughter and her friend while we were on vacation, My Little Scythe.
Okay.
So
how was that?
It went really well. I've played it before, but I'd only played with grown-ups. So I haven't played with kids yet. 'Cause it's technically a kid's game. Have you not played it?
No, I've not played with My Little Scythe. I have Scythe, but,
Yeah.
I was always playing with Caleb, and he didn't like the game, and so it's been sitting on the shelf.
Oh, your regular
And I gotta
Scythe?
get my regular Scythe.
Yeah. No,
So-
but
No,
My
I
Little
played My Little
Scythe
Scythe.
is a great adaptation. That it's the neat thing about that one is the story, because it was a dad who loved Scythe, wanted to. He basically made his own version of the game to play with his daughter, My Little Pony themed.
Right, yeah.
But then they couldn't get the My Little Pony IP. But Stonemaier Games is so awesome that they're like, they just like theme adjacent. And
this isn't Twilight Sparkle at all. It's Twilight Sparkle.
well, you've got basically they do different animals instead of just ponies,
figured,
right?
yeah.
But yeah, they do a really nice job of like retheming it. And it's like instead of having actual like combat, you have pie fights. Which is what the kids love. They always wanted to do the pie fights. Always. I threw a pie in your face. It was like, okay,
That's
guys. Like,
right.
you
Teach
should
them
do
combat early.
You should do some other things to like try to get your,
Yeah.
And,
nope, more pie.
Yeah, but it went really well. They had a good time.
Nice.
It held their attention.
Yeah.
We played it in like an hour with teaching.
Okay.
So it went, I mean, it was 3 of us. It went pretty quick and not bad. So
Cool. Nice.
did not overstay its welcome.
Yeah.
Good.
So
And that's it for me.
and I played Jackpot Payout like five more times.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah.
Dan also hates that game because it is a deck
Gambling
builder.
game?
Yep. So that's why Dan's not here, because we're all just talking about luck-based games. So Dan
And
decided
it
to
is
not show.
it is not luck based. It is a deck builder. And
Sure.
any deck builder,
Is luck-based.
not luck based. You go sit with Dan wherever the heck he is. I know where Dan is, and I'm mad at him because
Yeah.
he's playing Dune without
He
me.
is
I know.
Yeah.
I still haven't played it.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I've owned it longer than him.
Cold
This is true.
blooded.
Right?
The spice must flow. So
Yeah.
hopefully Dan loses. So okay, that's games played.
Yeah, that's
You wanna
games played.
Roll into news.
Sure.
So Game of Thrones digital on iOS, Steam, and
Android.
Android.
markets? Nice.
yeah,
For
so
tablets
it's,
and
it's
stuff?
$10. Yeah, you can play it. I checked on my iPad today to see if I can get it on
Nice.
my iPad. I haven't paid for it yet, but I'm probably going
He will.
I have only one piece of news.
to. Okay.
Okay.
Spielwarenmesse.
Gesundheit.
Are
Yep.
you familiar with this?
Nope.
Spiel?
Game.
Game.
Yeah, it's the big game convention in Germany.
Oh, it's
Essenspiel?
Essenspiel.
Well, no, this is Spielwarenmesse. I don't think it's the big one. It's not the big one.
Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
No,
Change your
it's
words.
not the really big one. No. It's just one of the big game conventions.
it's
got
the big one
canceled.
adjacent.
Oh, got
It's big-
canceled?
Got canceled. They're doing it next year.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
They doing an online one at all, or just completely
No,
canceled?
they just canceled. Just doing
I don't know that I love the I mean, I appreciate the online convention. I just am not sure. I'm too old maybe to know how to participate in it.
as effectively
know.
as you could.
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
One of these days, after COVID is over, I am going to go to a gaming convention.
Maybe Gen Con.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't wait
This
for COVID to be over because I have not gone to an anime convention in over a year.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I'm like I need my merch.
Right.
I need to run my panels.
Right? So April 16th, second edition of Zombicide's coming out, along with the Zombicide Washington, D.C. expansion.
Okay.
Okay.
They have announced, Stonemaier Games has announced in May. Well, in May they will announce when it's going to come out, but an expansion for Between Two Castles.
Oh, nice. I did see that. Yeah.
So
okay.
Nice.
that's exciting. After the Empire reprint coming
That
to
was
GameFound. Did I take
mine.
yours?
Yeah,
Sorry, Bobby.
You just kept going, but all right.
Oh, I got so many.
I know. Big fan of the game. After the Empire, they're doing a deluxe reprint on GameFound. They haven't announced the date yet, but it is coming soon.
Right, but I have not played it yet, but I am like CJ going to an anime convention. I'm like, must play this game.
Very cool.
So
Yeah.
if you guys missed out on your chance to get the deluxe edition,
right?
you can
Right, which is the one we have an unboxing video of. Where would that be,
Where would that
Spencer?
be,
If we had an
Spencer?
unboxing video,
Whoa.
right up there. Yeah, but there you can see like the fancy bits, like the little rocks, the dudes instead of just the cubes. That
You
get to put
can
in your
buy the
console.
normal version in stores now.
Correct. Yep, it is at your FLGS.
But if you want to hold out, watch GameFound. You can go to the Notify Me on launch.
They also have. I did kind of look into it a little bit more.
Yeah.
If you want to go out and get the normal version now, you can, and then when it comes out on GameFound, you can buy an upgrade kit
No doubt.
to upgrade
wow.
your
Nice.
regular version.
Do
to the
that.
one.
Don't
Yep.
even have to wait.
Yep.
Or just
and they
buy
have a
two
solo
and give
version.
one of them to a friend after you're done.
Yeah, that's right. And they're gonna have a solo version released too that you can be able to purchase to add to your game.
Rad.
Yep.
That's really cool.
Yep.
Good on them, because
Yep.
if people bought their game and then would be disappointed that they missed,
Yeah, like I
I could have just got the deluxe edition if I had
have to
waited
rebuy
on
the
it.
whole thing
Yeah.
plus some.
No,
yeah, but
good.
no,
That's
yeah,
nice.
good add on. There's
Good on them.
Yep.
That is
Mm-hmm.
who makes that? Who makes
Gray Fox games.
Gray Fox Games.
Yep.
So aside from Champions of Midgard, I love you guys.
Don't let him fool you, because if you watch our playthrough of the roulette, he makes a confession at the end.
It was fine.
That wasn't what he said.
Fine.
It's fine. It's fine. I still ignored the entire half of the board that I hated.
Well, there you
Sure.
go.
Yeah, I
That's
remember
fine.
that.
I do that all the time.
Yeah, I do that too.
Yeah, like Scoville, I ignore the entire, all the board that I don't like, I ignore it.
Which is
all
the whole
of it.
thing.
Yeah, it's the whole thing.
During Anachrony, there was like this whole thing where you buy the little works. And I like bought one work, and I was like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah.
I didn't even look at them from the rest
Yeah,
of the game.
but you didn't actively dislike that section of the game. I hate.
Oh, no, it's
The
true.
traveling. He doesn't like boats.
Apparently not.
Well,
Okay.
Mariner.
All right.
So that's all the news, right?
Yep.
All
That's
the
my
news that's fit
news.
to print.
Yep.
Okay, so let's go into
Kickstarters.
I'm gonna go first because I don't want anybody to take my favorite one.
I
You know what it is.
I figured once I saw your sister share it, I'm like, well, now that was one I was going to do. I'll have to find another one because Tim's going to do.
AuZtralia
Yeah.
expansions. So they're doing what I love. They're doing what I love. So they've got 2 expansions coming out. You get both of them for one price, and it comes in a box that will fit the base game.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh.
Or you can, so that's like I think that's like $60, and then it's like for $100 you get everything. You get
With the core game and
with
everything.
the core game and the 2 expansions in the
So
thing.
depending on, it doesn't matter where you're at in the game as far as do I own it or not own it, you can get to the same spot.
And I love that they give you a box that will hold everything.
Yes,
Like,
that is huge.
That made me so excited.
That's, yeah.
So did you read about what they do?
No.
What the expansions are?
No, I didn't get that far.
Oh, Bobby.
Oh, yeah.
If you haven't played AuZtralia, have you?
Oh, I played Australia.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So then you're gonna salivate a bit.
Oh.
So it adds a 5th player. It adds a solo mode, and you can play as the old ones.
Oh, I like that.
So okay, so
That sounds interesting.
for our viewers and also perhaps one of your co-hosts who doesn't have a clue what Australia
Okay. So
is, lay it down. Give me
Lay it
the-
out.
so hold on. Let me just do this real quick.
Yeah, go through that.
The other one, Tasmania, is the second
Expansion.
It gives you 2 new maps, so it's basically a board you can flip over.
Okay.
It gives you the
yeah, I remember
option
that.
to do 100% random geography. So
Oh,
you like
wow.
just
Make the
tiles,
board, yeah.
tiles that you
Down
can
in
see the
Tasmania.
board.
Come to Tasmania.
So-
we mean you.
So this is based on a Neil Gaiman story called A Study in Emerald.
Okay.
So in A Study in Emerald, it's sort of parallel to the old Sherlock Holmes
Right.
story.
Study in Scarlet.
Scarlet. And
Charlotte?
Charlotte. That's the
Charlotte?
one that's based in South Carolina.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Or North Carolina.
Wow.
But anyways, so what happened is like Holmes is like on the fringes of society. Moriarty has helped the old ones take over like England
Oh, wow.
and stuff. And so like the Queen of England is like half great old one and stuff. Anyways, so what happened is in Australia, it's basically like the anarchists, like the Sherlock Holmes team, drove out the great old ones. They thought they killed them all. Then England started sending their prisoners to colonize Australia, only to find out that that's where all the great old ones went. So in the game,
Fiddlesticks.
it is you start on the coast and you're building train tracks to go out and you're getting like
Resources
you're getting
and stuff.
resources and stuff.
Oh,
So you're
okay.
building like farms and things like that. But the deeper in you go, the more like
The wild
great old
yeah,
ones start
yeah.
coming out. And the thing is everybody loses if the monsters get to the shore because that means they can
Get out to the
get
world.
back out
Yeah,
into the
yeah.
world. So you've got to like balance doing better than your opponents, but not like totally letting them just fall like completely
it. Okay.
to the wayside.
Correct.
It is a really great game designed by Martin Wallace.
I believe I talked about this in the news a few weeks back.
Yeah.
So-
So it was mentioned before, but I think it's
mentioned.
now out.
But
now
now,
it's out.
now we got all the
Ah.
dirty deets, man,
That's
and I
right.
am super excited about it.
Yeah.
So,
Sick.
So yeah, speaking about the box where you put everything in there and whatnot.
Yep.
A while back we talked about that Frostpunk game that's
Yep.
coming out.
Yes.
You can get on BackerKit now if you've missed the expansion or if you missed backing it. Get on BackerKit and you can back it, and they have added now a box to hold everything because you can get like there's all types of like minis and stuff that you can add on. The mat, the box fits the mat and
Nice.
Anyone here
everything that you
planning
can
on
get.
backing it?
I have
Anyone
not.
here going to get it?
I already got it.
Yeah, boy.
Ahead of us.
Yeah, but now you can go on there and you can add on that box,
Sure,
and then
right.
they'll ship everything. in
That's
that
the one based
box.
on a video game, right? Frostpunk.
Yeah, it's got like the
Yep.
big tower thing in the middle, and you drop
Yeah.
cubes in it and
Looks
stuff.
good.
Yeah, it looks
Looks
really
real good.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wanted to, but I don't have the funds.
Yeah. No, you spent your fundage on Nemesis.
That's right.
get it.
I spent my fun on Nemesis and then a microphone.
That's good too.
Yeah,
All right.
I have
What are you,
one
some
other
sort of
one.
responsible adult?
Sure.
Nerd.
Yeah.
Go for it.
One of our fun co-op deck builders, the Sentinels of the Multiverse,
Yeah.
is coming out with a definitive edition.
Oh.
So basically, they're streamlining some of the decks and making them a little
Yeah.
more thematic and more cohesive. But the villains are also getting upgraded a little bit too. And it's probably still be a little bit fiddly because it looks like they're still using like the bits
Sure.
and stuff like that. But I mean, it's a fun co-op
Man, I got that
superhero deck
Oblivion,
builder.
like that big black
yeah,
box.
yeah, same.
I don't have everything for it, but
Mhm.
I did buy that box.
Mhm.
This Kickstarter might be done by the time it's coming out, but I just wanted to kind of say that Vigilante sent us some more of their cards
cool.
that they came up with,
Nice.
and so that is like a hidden
Hidden
role deck building game. So you're all superheroes,
Yeah.
but like one of you may be a traitor.
Oh.
And so you're trying to beat the villains, but you've got your own win condition that you're trying to meet.
Got it.
Like so, everybody's got their own
Okay.
win condition. And then Gutterfall Bounties is going to come to Kickstarter on May 4th. So
Cool.
we
Nice.
have a video for that that's been doing gangbusters.
Yeah.
Did you
so
say it's right up here?
You can only get 5 of those, so
we would
let's
say that.
What are we up to now?
Three,
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 four,
Okay.
yeah.
But yeah, so Gutterfall Bounties, man.
Cool.
I enjoyed that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Fortunately, I had to send it away.
Yeah, it's too bad.
But, hopefully it'll fund and then we can get a copy.
Yep.
So,
All right, I got a couple of Kickstarters.
yeah, throw them out.
So from B&B Games is a game called Koi Garden.
Bless you. That was for him, not
Yeah.
Corey.
Koi Garden. It is going to be available till May 10th. It's a 2 to 4 player kind of casual tile placement where you have these big tiles you place out. You reorient them however you want, and then you take little
Koi?
wildlife. It
Oh.
can be koi, butterflies,
koi.
dragonfly. You're going to move them along the tiles, trying to do pattern recognition kind of thing. And each person's going to have their own little koi pond playing from a standard set. And then you're also going to be swapping out which wildlife you're using at the end of the turn. It's supposed to be really nice. It's got good good art. And yeah, it's also cheap. It's like $19.
Oh, beauty.
Oh,
Right
yeah.
on.
Oh.
Nice.
If it's just a casual game you want, doesn't take very long, 2 to 4, you can pick it up.
Koi Garden.
Yeah.
And then the other one I have is from Half Monster Games. It's called Xenohunters. Now, I've never heard of the group or the game, and I looked it up. The idea is really interesting. It's a 1v rest.
Okay.
Now, I couldn't figure out how many it supports, but I think
Okay.
it's 4.
Okay.
So it'd be 5 with the 1.
with the Xeno.
The one person's a Xeno. If one of the other Xenohunters dies, they come back as an infected person
Nice.
on the Xenos team. But the reason why this one's interesting is it's hidden movement on both sides.
Oh, interesting.
I'm listening.
So the Xeno is going to be controlling lots of little critters trying to guess where to attack. Yeah, so I thought that looks like an interesting twist.
So is a Xeno, is that like a IP you have to get, or is that like public
No.
domain?
Xeno is just generic term for
So
alien.
Okay.
Xenomorph is aliens, but Xeno gets used extensively by Warhammer. So
Okay.
it just means stranger or alien.
Okay.
This sounds like a fun game. I would like to introduce you to a game called Space Hulk. In
Oh,
which,
yeah.
it's the same thing basically, except you're Space Marines.
But not hidden movement.
yeah, it's
on
not
both
hidden
sides.
movement. It's not entirely hidden movement.
Right.
It's one person knows what they're doing, and then the other one has like AI kind of things that they do hidden movement with.
Pete
So you
plays
might be
Space Hulk.
interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
you might be
Space Hulk-
interested.
I
in
play
that.
Space Hulk a bunch. It's
Yeah.
it's good.
That's cool.
The other nice thing about this one is, like, in a lot of these hidden movement ones, all of the hunters have asymmetric abilities. So you aren't just all playing
So
the
it
same
sounds
person.
like Spectre Ops.
I was
like
thinking
on
Yeah.
a
crack.
little like Spectre Ops.
I like
but
Spectre
like
Ops.
ramped
on
up.
crack,
Yeah, Spectre Ops is really good.
I don't know. It sounds like another bug hunt to me.
Yeah, exactly.
References.
And it's
Kill
got
bugs
4
good.
different maps that you can swap out between, so you've got some replayability that way.
Cool.
It's $38 for the core game, and $53 if you want to pick up the Cybernetics and Mutations expansion, which lets each faction change how they play.
Oh, interesting.
And then there's, the prices go up if you want to, spend a bunch of money for stuff.
Oh, sure. Well, it's good to have
That
options.
sounds eminently reasonable, especially considering what I'm considering kickstarting
Right.
very
Whoa.
soon.
What are you considering Kickstarter?
Yeah, what are you considering kickstarting?
Monster
Well,
Hunter?
if you were put into physical pain like I was and like Jeff was when we watched the Monster Hunter movie, let me tell you that Monster Hunter World Kickstarter is starting on April 20th. So you can... Never mind, I'm not going to make that joke. But you can make some bad decisions with your money if you want to get literally everything.
Did they say how much it's going to be?
It's going to be $270 US.
For everything.
For everything. Now, that's one large monster, which I'm assuming is going to be Kieran. This is some nerd stuff, so bear with me. But there's
Everything you've talked about has been nerd stuff.
Yeah.
You're
right.
fine.
All right.
Dude, it's a board game show.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is different nerdy.
Okay.
One large
Go to
monster,
Jason.
which I'm assuming is Kieran, which is a unicorn, basically, but it's not very big. There's like 7 XL monsters, 3 extra large monsters, and 2 super large monsters. And then there's one super huge monster, which I'm assuming is going to be Xenojiva or
I was
maybe
really worried
Fatalis.
because we were like, it comes with one large monster. I'm like, well, that's
it?
lame.
Yeah. That doesn't
And
sound
then it
impressive
comes
at
with
all.
a bunch of figures. It's like a great sword, long sword, sword and shield, bow, maybe light bow gun. I haven't checked. But yeah, you're gonna be able to basically play the game on board.
Sure.
It's amazing. And it's only gonna set you back way too much money.
Well, that's GameForge or
Yeah, Steamforge games.
Steamforge games.
Yeah.
So they did Dark Souls. So if you
Yep.
like those
Yep.
minis, I would also
Which they are very
anticipate.
nice.
I would also anticipate that style of rule book.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess Dark Souls is very finicky and like there's some
Fiddly.
there's
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
The rule
holes
book
in
doesn't
it.
have a great
Yeah.
flow to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Once you know
I
how to
remember
play, it's fine.
Half
but
of the time I
learning
was
from
playing,
the book is
I
hard.
was actually
Yeah.
just looking up.
Did you
stuff.
play?
I
Did
played
you play
Dark
Dark Souls?
Souls, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't
I'm
played it.
assuming it's gonna run a little bit like Kingdom Death Monster, just in the upgrade your
Your
home base
tree,
stuff.
every-
Yeah, because they say like, hey, go on to Astera, which is the place that you show up in the game that you end up building up over the course
Oh,
of the
okay.
game. So I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be KDM meets miniatures game. So
Sure. Well, KDM is a miniatures game, isn't it?
I call it a
Uh-oh.
well, okay, so KDM, as far as I'm concerned, is a board game, because you can't play it without the board.
Oh, okay.
So, because it's got this big spread, and then you've got this other stuff. Like you can't take the miniatures and just use them on your own. Like you can't like list build or anything. Like it's all
Oh, I
built
see.
on
Sure,
the
sure.
the stuff that's actually on the board.
Cool.
So
Right on.
Okay.
All right.
Think
Any
we're
more
good.
Kickstarters?
No, I'm good. I think we're good.
All right. We're flying through. Let's get
we
right
are.
into our topic. So since Dan's here, we're going to talk about
Dan's not here.
Dan. And since Dan's not here, we're going to talk about Dan.
Yeah.
All right.
He's dumb.
He sucks.
Next topic.
This game sucks.
All right.
Oh.
This game sucks.
anyway,
Next topic. Actually, we're going to go a little positive today.
I'm
Spencer.
kind of liking the seat here, the Dan seat.
Ooh.
Upgrade.
It's the same chair.
if Dan's not here next time and you're not here next time, does that mean I get this chair?
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess
I think
so.
so. We might make you arm wrestle Jeff for it, but you can probably take
Have
him.
you seen his
Big muscles.
Nobody has. They're so
Sexy.
Oh.
So we're going
He's
to
like,
talk.
I'm paying for
flexing
that
his
later.
editing muscles right now.
He's replacing everything I've said with,
Really?
I'm CJ, I'm a big dumb idiot.
I'm crushing your head. I crush.
I just hope the rest of the episode it is like Canadian South Park style. Like
Yeah, you're
just
flapping
you.
head.
flop your head the rest of the time.
I know he's too lazy to do that. Anyway,
So we're going to go
Oh.
on topic. We're going to do. We're going to talk about trends in the gaming industry that we would like to see or even see continue.
Yes.
We're going positive today. Spencer had this idea. That was pretty good. We will probably do the inverse of this in the near future.
Yeah.
Talk about the ones we don't like. But we'll save that for when crabby old Dan's here.
Yeah, he likes to complain.
He's good at
He
those.
likes complaining. Dan's not here. He stinks. Please continue. So, Spencer.
Oh, I'll start off.
Yeah.
There are a lot of games, and this is a trend that's been going
Great
on.
idea.
but it's
Okay.
getting
Wow,
better.
what do you got?
So what I really like.
This trend has been getting bigger as the time goes on. Is giving every game an automa, solo
Yeah.
mode.
Solo modes.
Solo modes are huge right
But
now.
not just a tacked on solo
No,
mode,
not
like
just
something
like-
that would
Like
actually
they
play.
hired a designer
Yeah.
specifically to make
Yeah.
a solo mode,
Yeah.
and we added pieces just for the solo mode.
And
Yeah.
there is a specific guy that they hire for a lot of them
A
that
lot of
does
them.
them really well. He
Oh.
does a
Lincoln
lot
on
of,
his name.
for Stonemaier Games. He's
But
done them
he's,
for Talon Strike Studios. He's done a bunch.
wherever it is, it's right here, right now.
And he might have even done the one for Anachrony.
Yeah, I think it is the same person. Yeah.
So
I can't think of his name
I
though.
think
I'm
he might have
sorry.
done Side
You do
as
great
well.
work, but
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah.
thanks. Whatever.
Yeah, your
Thank you,
name. You
mysterious
were
man.
great.
Yeah.
yeah, your
Great
name
work.
here.
Yeah.
And especially, in the COVID era, when game nights have become a thing of danger, having
Sure.
solo mode.
He's talking about COVID. You're
What?
So yeah, having the solo mode really helps.
Especially a good one.
Oh yeah, especially a good one.
So you can play the games you really like and
Yep.
still get to play them.
I really like Anachrony's solo.
Yeah.
It plays really well.
Sure.
Awesome.
Yeah. So that is a good trend.
Yeah.
That is a
Indeed.
very
I'd
good
like to see
trend.
more of that.
Mm-hmm.
Me?
got one?
Oh yeah, I got one.
Oh. Ooh.
I'm excited about this one. I'm a big fan. It started with Clank, I believe, but now it's continued with Dune and
sure.
Ruins of Arnak, the melding of deck building and board games.
Yeah.
Like, I love it. It's a couple of great mechanics, and even like the way they do them differently. Like Clank is you kind of standard where you're playing all your cards out, discarding them or whatever, drawing more cards. And then the other two where you're like selectively playing.
Sure.
And I really enjoy both of those, and I just hope they do more board games.
Having
with
played
deck
Dune
builders.
Imperium and Clank in Space, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and you're gonna like Arnak because it's very
Sure.
similar.
Sure. Yeah, that is a trend. That is a train I am happy to hop on.
Yeah.
And ride as long as I can.
Ascension Tactics coming up.
Yeah.
Hopefully that plays really well, as we'll see.
Yeah, I'd like to see more of that in interesting ways. It'd be, well, I mean, even GKR to an extent. It's not really. I mean, you have a pre-constructed
Sort of deck
deck.
building.
right?
Kind of.
Yeah, it's a
You're-
pre-constructed
You're
deck.
building your deck before because
Yeah.
you're picking a primary weapon,
Yeah.
2 secondaries, and then and now everybody has similar cards that they're choosing from, but not always the same.
Correct.
And so, yeah, you get that mix
A
in.
little bit. And then you get the cards for tagging, which kind of changes it up a little
Right,
bit.
and they come
Yeah.
from a completely different deck and work
Yes.
in a completely
Different
different
way,
way
yeah.
without even being overcomplicated. Because I
Right.
feel like
Oh, yeah.
the teach on GKR went relatively quick, right? I
Yeah.
mean, now the learning curve is really pretty level for you because we're scaffolding on games that you've already played.
Yeah, I was just like, I know exactly how this works.
Yeah.
Facing matters.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
yeah.
and I told CJ right away, I was like, look, a lot of things are going to kind of work the way you think they do
Yeah.
because you've played a lot of these kind of games.
Right.
And,
What a revelation, right?
Yeah.
It looks like it should.
yeah.
but no,
Wait, I
I
shoot from the front. Yeah. Okay.
any time, yeah, because you and I are like old school Magic players, right?
Oh, yeah.
So anytime we can get like deck building into our games,
Yep.
it's like, whoo.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
I
I like
love the deck building. And I like how when you add it to a board game, it kind of changes the way deck building works. It's not just can I build the best deck? It's and can it also synchronize with what else is going on?
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's a nice thing.
Because it's not just the best deck, because there is an arbitrarily best deck.
For
but
sure.
it has to be it has to be situational.
Yeah.
And that's what makes that's what separates any of this out from like Magic or Pokemon or
Key
Digimon.
forward,
Or whatever.
And a lot of times you can't just focus on like one thing, like, oh, I'm gonna get all the movement cards. Okay, well now you can't fight anything.
Yeah, but it
so
sure
you
can
gotta-
move.
Yeah, so it's like you have to like balance yourself out. You're
Right.
not just doing one
Yeah.
dimension.
Oh, it's awesome.
Good stuff.
CJ, you got one?
Yes, I sure do.
Sweet.
Mexican games. Oh.
More Mexican
Well,
games.
actually, this is I really appreciate that Games Workshop and certain other miniature companies have been putting out push fit models.
Oh,
Sure, they're
sure.
monopose. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
As long as they're as long as you make 10 different sculpts, great, fine.
It
sure.
makes it a lot more accessible to
Yeah.
casual gamers,
It
right?
sure does.
Because
Yeah.
Bob and I like
Yeah.
mini games.
Yeah.
We love games with minis, but man, it's like I gotta glue all this crap together.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to, put manual
Do
dexterity
work.
into this stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, sometimes I'm just not feeling buildy.
Yeah.
But I will say, specifically thinking about Warhammer Underworlds right now, they are push fit models, and all of the models are different colors of plastic. So
Now I'm
you
gonna-
will never have to wonder,
Nice.
is
If
this
you're-
part of my unit or not?
So I'm gonna ask you a potentially dumb question. Push fit model, do you still use glue?
No.
Wow.
Because they're on
Just
pegs.
snaps
They
in.
they literally push together, and then because they have little pegs in the bottom of
Yeah,
them, they stick
snap.
together.
Oh, like
Nice.
mushrooms
Very
when it
nice.
goes in.
Yeah, it just goes and like that.
Nice.
Now, this does cause some problems, at least for me personally, because you will get parts that are just like, why is it that shape?
Okay.
Or you'll get a peg that goes literally through the entirety of the model.
Oh.
I'm like, that seems like trouble. They haven't quite perfected it yet,
Sure.
but they're getting pretty darn close.
Well, I mean, Games
You
Workshop,
accidentally
right?
put
I mean,
the
they're
wrong two
beasts,
together.
so it's
Yeah.
not gonna take them long,
yeah, no, and
especially if it's making them money.
yeah, and so you'll get a monopose model of a dude holding a gun.
Fine.
And if you would have put that together from bits and bobs and ibs and obs, it would have been a guy holding a gun.
Right.
Right.
But you glued 6
You could have had like
pieces-
one arm
But I had
up
to-
or one arm
yeah,
down.
But I might have hoofed it up, and he's like, "Yep, I'm holding my gun, except my arm is down here." And
My luck.
yeah.
This arm's here and this arm's here,
Mhm.
and it's like that gun doesn't shoot like
Go
that.
out
Yeah.
Right. So by doing this, and they did it with the starter kit for the latest edition of Warhammer.
Sure.
They did it for the latest edition of Age of Sigmar. They just push together and no glue required.
Nice.
And they even slot into bases, which is
Oh, nice.
yeah. Which
That's
they're
handy.
really
Yeah.
nice scenic bases too, which
Oh,
makes
right
a
on.
big
Oh.
difference.
Yeah, yeah.
Right on, because it used to
especially
just
for-
be the standard flat
Mm-hmm.
square or circle bases.
Circles, yeah, and they look like, okay, fine.
Well, they used to be squares, and then when they started going to all skirmish
Yeah.
formations, they moved to circles.
Yeah, it stopped
Just
being
a lot easier.
I like on the Nemesis minis, they had to add bits and pieces of the ship in the base because they didn't calculate how strong the different parts were going to be,
Yeah.
and so it's leaning now on this broken beam. So yeah, I
But it
like how they
supports the-
add because
Yeah,
it really just makes it look more like
Like
yeah,
it's
it
actually
belongs right
in
there.
the
It's
ship
in the
or
ship.
on the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now there is a downside to this in that you get one precisely fun way that these models go together and
Sure.
that this unit is loaded out. But that's you can, if you're willing to cut something apart anyway, you're probably not that concerned about
Right,
what it is.
right.
Like, you know what? Just gonna go for it.
See, so Aliens, Another Glorious Day in the Core,
Yeah.
that problem was for like all the Marines,
Mhm.
you had to glue them together,
Yep.
but they only will go together one way.
Yep.
Now the Aliens, you've got some variability, but man, I would have loved it if it was push fit
Oh, yeah.
and not,
Mhm.
because I was fighting with
Yeah.
some of those.
I looked at those and I'm like, those minis are not big enough to merit that much glue.
Yeah.
They needed to be
Well, I
they
might have
needed to
used
be
more than I
either
needed to.
half again as big or they needed to be one solid piece of plastic.
Yeah.
And like if it breaks, if it dies,
Then
it
you
dies.
glue it. Yeah, if
sort
he
of
dies,
thing,
he
yeah.
Tim
dies.
just pours the glue in a thing and like brushes it on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's painted too.
That's right. It's like a lacquer.
When it dries, it's gonna look real flaky.
Yeah.
Oh, my aliens have.
I'm gonna have to
skin.
teach you to I'm gonna have to introduce you to my good friend Nuln Oil, which gets
Oh.
that nice gloss.
Now, when you get this kit and you're putting together all the different pieces, are they all cookie cutter exactly the same looking, or
No, they are all different.
all
He said
different.
That is
10
the-
different sculpts.
10
but-
different
sculpts?
Yes.
But
But it's not 10 different units. It's 10 different sculpts of one unit.
Yes.
So
okay, that's nice.
So like the difference between now and then is now CJ buys a box of the same, I buy a same box. We pop them all together. They look exactly the same.
Yes.
Then you'd buy a box, I buy a box, you cut what you want off the sprues, and they're all potentially
somewhat different.
But
somewhat
there's
unique.
probably 5 to 10 times the work to get them
Yeah,
to
you know
look.
what? I'm good with them looking the same.
I am fine too.
And,
Now,
and of course, because of the hobby aspect, it's like, oh, well, of course you're going to paint them, you nerd.
Right.
Oh, by the way, we've got this huge line of Citadel miniature paint.
And they can
Right.
come out with version 1 and version 2. So I got version 2. You got version 1. We'll play it. All
Okay,
right.
well, they look different enough, so.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
Usually
I
you're
love
playing
push fit
different
stuff.
with that game. You're usually doing different chapters, anyways, right? So if somebody's bringing out Space Wolves, you're not like, well, I'm going to bring out my Space Wolves too. Like, no, no, you're going to do something different.
Yeah.
You're going to have
Yeah, there's not a lot of mirror matching just in general.
Right.
Unfortunately, right now, Games Workshop's line is so massive that they can't possibly replace all of them with push fit stuff. But the
Right.
new stuff that's coming out,
as the
usually
new
has
stuff
some.
comes out,
Yeah.
which makes sense.
Yeah.
you
If
know.
it's not push fit, it's at least monopose, which means that you're not gonna botch up your models. Well, I mean, as long as
You're
you're
less
Challenge
likely to.
accepted.
Yeah. Careful with
Nothing
that.
is foolproof
You're-
given a big enough fool.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the likelihood of you screwing it up is
Sure.
Yeah.
Drops
way
down
lower.
Drop dramatically.
drastically.
Yeah.
Drastically.
Mhm.
So
Alright. Cool.
my trend that I like, I'm really excited about this right now, is GameFound.
Yeah.
GameFound
That's a good one.
as sort of it's
Alternative.
an alternative to Kickstarter, and it's not that I back plenty of stuff on Kickstarter. It doesn't, Kickstarter's fine. Kickstarter's gonna be fine, but it's awesome to see that GameFound, which was launched by Awaken Realms late last year, earlier this year.
Yep.
They're killing it.
They
Robinson
are.
Crusoe is made so that's their big one. That's not even their game,
Yeah.
right? And that's a huge game. That was a known quantity that they then kind of upgraded and really tweaked out. The miniatures for this Robinson Crusoe game are fantastic.
Amazing.
They're fantastic.
Campsite
I'm
thing.
jealous.
is so
Yeah,
ridiculous.
it used to just be a board.
That's an upgrade.
And some
Yeah.
little discs
Mhm.
and stuff. And now,
Interesting.
the
Yeah.
miniatures.
If Dan was here, he'd be talking about it.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
'cause
won.
Yeah.
Well, he got the upgrade kit because
Yeah,
he
he
already has
upgraded-
Robinson
he already has
Crusoe.
the basic
But
game.
they also do a lot of things right. So that's a game where it's like, oh,
Yep.
well, if you already own this, just get the upgrade kit.
Yep.
And then you can just get all the stuff you want. I don't know. I've been really happy with all of my Awaken Realms experience anyways.
Me
So
too.
so they're already sort of in a favorable light, and here they are succeeding at doing, more stuff and actually just providing an alternative to the marketplace. Having not been somebody that's ever put on anything on Kickstarter, I'm interested to see and hear what it's like from that side.
Right.
That's a good point.
Being a creator on there.
Right, because honestly, I know Indiegogo is out there, but I've never looked at Indiegogo.
I've looked at
Yeah.
Indiegogo, and it doesn't do as much of the new games that comes out. It's usually, we've had this game out. It's now you can get it on Indiegogo.
Sure.
I've used it more for non-game things.
Sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say Spirit Island Digital. It was Indiegogo.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So, I guess I've never had anything to pull me over
Right.
to Indiegogo.
Mhm.
Actually, sometimes you'll find a product on both Kickstarter and
yeah,
Indiegogo.
Sure.
You might as well.
Yeah, I
Uh,
know.
You can
Yeah.
get it. You can get them funded. But yeah, Kickstarter's awesome. I think I'm also a little burnout on the Kickstarter being used as a pre-order pledge.
Yeah.
Basically
My
because
wife hates that.
because Simon's games get made no matter what.
Right.
Right. The Zombicide's gonna fund.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what Zombicide it is.
Right.
It's gonna fund. And I've backed all of them, but the Simon Eric Lang design games are gonna fund.
Yeah.
Blood Rage, Rising Sun, and now Ankh. I backed all of them, and they're usually all really good games. Eric Lang's a really good designer, but yeah, so
They could be using a different, instead of sucking up all the crowdfunding.
right. So
on-
Stonemeyer, right?
Yeah.
Not that every game of theirs is a home run, but Stonemeyer basically after Scythe, which was a hugely successful Kickstarter.
Yeah.
And they had only had successful Kickstarters. He went away from it and just did a pre-order. You can be
They got a mailing list, champion.
Right, you can be a Stonemeyer champion.
Yep.
And so you pay. What did you pay to be a champion?
It's not much. It's like $12, $15 for the year. So it's not a lot.
So it's it's almost like a subscription service.
Right.
But if you bought like 2 of their releases that year, you paid for
pays for itself
because they give you a discount and they give you
Plus
like
you get priority shipping.
You get priority shipping. I mean,
and a lot of times they give you an email when they say, "Hey, we say we're gonna start opening it up at noon, but if you're a champion, actually you can get on at like 10 in the morning and get yours."
I didn't tell nobody.
Yeah, and,
I'm no narc.
so, but I
You didn't hear it here.
I appreciate like I don't pay for the champion, but I appreciate that they offer it.
Yeah.
Right.
And that because most Stonemaier games now, because they are a known quantity, now they're almost auto fund within a half hour, right?
You have faith in them as a producer and a maker.
Yeah, I mean,
and
because
designers.
CMON does the same thing. I've never seen a CMON Kickstarter fail.
Right.
Never seen it fail.
CMON, I'm sure they
Must
can have
be
an
nice.
amazing email list. Could just send it out and be like, "Hey, here's a new game we're going to be coming out with. You know, if you want to back it or if you want to pre-order it,
Right.
You know,
Right. Because like Queen Games. Now Queen Games does an interesting thing. What they do is they're like, "Hey, we've got this Kickstarter," and then basically it fills a month later because they're already producing the game.
Okay.
So I mean, CMON usually ramps up their production pretty early because they've got the money.
Yeah.
But most games they don't print anything until that game is done.
Yeah.
Like that
because
Kickstarter.
they need that money to pay
Hi,
the
Major
manufacturer.
Robo. Nice to see you.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
So
although I bet you after Nemesis, Awaken Realms probably could do that.
Awaken Realms is what they probably did was that the minute they met their funding goal,
They probably
start
start
production.
Start that
Yeah.
ball
Place
rolling.
the order.
True.
Yep.
because
And I
you
think
know that
they've
money's
learned-
coming.
They've
Yep.
learned how to streamline it a lot more.
We'll see though.
Hopefully.
'Cause
Oh my
it's-
gosh,
it's
because it's
gonna
me.
take-
I've got the black hole.
Nemesis is amazing, except
Yeah.
for one rule that I hate so much.
Yeah, it's just
Dan!
it's just annoying
never get over
rule.
it.
I won't.
Anyway,
I don't hold grudges, but I do.
Yeah.
I don't hold grudges until I start.
Yeah.
And then
Then when I start, everybody hates me because I just gripe about it the whole time.
Yeah.
We're like, we're not even talking about that. I'm at Thanksgiving dinner, and I'm like, that dang rule in Nemesis.
I'm gonna buy
have
you
another
a
trend.
big tome, and I'm gonna label it Book of Grudges,
Book of Grudges.
and then you can go full dwarf.
Oh,
on it.
yeah.
put it right in there.
Yeah.
I got another trend that I like.
Let's hear it.
I'm a big fan of the shading that they're doing. The,
Oh, sure.
the sun drop.
Yes.
Sundrop.
Yeah.
Or
'Cause the
even like the Wildlands minis come
Come
pre-shaded.
pre-dipped or whatever.
Just
yeah,
a little bit.
Just a little bit of something on there to accentuate. Because I'm all thumbs. I have so many thumbs I can't hold a paintbrush.
And
right?
colorblind.
Yeah. So good luck.
Yeah, you're
you know.
And you're
yeah,
like, look
I
at
was
this awesome guy. He's like red and green. And we're like, no, he's not.
He's matchy. You can't see him. He's wearing camouflage. Yeah, no.
No.
But no, it's amazing because like I think it was the Foundations of Rome.
Sure.
They just sent out some pictures of like what the base models look like, and then what they look like with the sun drop on them. It's amazing. Like it's they charge you like $30 or something like that. But I guess to me, rather than having to go and buy the paint, spend the time to do it, have it probably not look quite as nice.
Right.
And they've gotten better at it. Like sure, like the first time they did them, it wasn't great. It had heavy in some spots.
Oh,
missing,
sure,
But
sure.
it's been so much better now. They're improving the process.
Well, Awaken Realms, their sun drop has improved dramatically.
Yeah.
Dramatically.
But
So
it's-
yeah, man, that's
I like to see more of that too.
sure. And there's I wouldn't say it's a trend, but it does happen now and then where you do get the games with the pre-painted minis.
Yeah.
You know,
Those are
again,
nice, too.
GKR.
And if
Yeah,
you want to
GKR is
drop
few
a
years
small
old.
fortune, you can sometimes get specifically painted by an artist. Like,
Well, you can do that, but I mean, there are some Kickstarter levels where you can buy the painted minis.
just a painted
Sure.
thing.
Well, yeah, there was
can
the
go
League of Legends.
Cerebria,
League of Legends. And then the,
oh yeah,
uh,
Mech
Mech
vs.
vs.
Minions
Minions.
did
Yeah,
their
yeah, yeah.
painted.
Mhm.
Those are great.
Amazing.
Those
yeah.
are great.
Yep. So
That's
I
a
have
good
another
trend.
one, and I know people are probably going to complain about this one.
probably.
I'm ready.
But I like it.
Get my book of grudges.
Yeah. I actually like it when some games, not all of them, but some games will have an app.
Oh,
companion.
I don't mind
An
companion
app
apps.
I don't mind it.
because it's another tool
Mhm.
that you can use to help you game.
Enhance
Not
the
only
game.
can it handle all of the crunchiness that sometimes gets in the way and slows down a game,
Uh-huh.
but it can add a randomness that is intelligent.
So I will put the caveat of I don't mind a companion app as long as you don't need the app.
Correct.
Right.
You don't
To
have
play.
to have the app.
So, for example, and this is a trend that I love, Descent opened up a whole new world when they had the companion app. So you didn't have to play one
With an
v many.
overlord, yeah.
You just had the app
AI.
telling you
Yeah.
what stuff does. Mansions of Madness
Yes.
did that. Imperial Assault does that. It just makes that game so much more accessible.
Yep.
You are 100% correct.
There's a
But
really good
those
one.
games you can play without the
Correct. Gloomhaven. I use it for that because like the monster decks, instead of having to have like, there's 8 different types of monsters out. I have to have all these decks out. They just have an
Whoa,
app.
I'm
You
gonna
just
have to
have
look
a
that
deck
one
for
up.
everyone.
I really
so
am.
much easier.
For my,
so much
for
easier.
my mech fans out there, Adeptus Titanicus has a really good terminal system. You just put it on your phone because otherwise you're like, well, I have 4 Titans on the table and this 4x6 board has 2 feet of it taken up by schmutz. Now, granted, you play it on a 4x4 board anyway, but like if you're playing it on a card table and you don't have a long board available, then all of a sudden you're just like juggling.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
no,
does happen.
I will
it.
stand there and field the waves of hate with you. I will stand
Now-
beside you on that hill.
Now, I don't know if it's a game that requires an app. I want to make certain that they are going to maintain
Right.
the app.
The support. Yeah.
Right.
Keep it going no matter how far,
A lot of them.
which is going to be a problem. I know.
Eventually, it will be.
Eventually.
The one that I know that has lost support was Golem Arcana, which came out, like 5 or
I
6
didn't even know they
years
had an
ago.
app for that.
Now,
You
when
need an app to run it.
Oh, yeah, that's the. I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
now
yeah, yeah.
when Return to Dark Tower comes, it does have an app. I do not know
Well,
if
they
the app
pledged-
is required or not.
It is, but they have already in the Kickstarter. I remember there being a thing about where they have basically like in perpetuity, for as
Yes.
long as they can.
And
it
that's
is going
why
to
I went. All right,
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
And I'm still waiting.
Tell me again what perpetuity means.
But it's going.
Yeah.
They're going to maintain that app like independently, like even of the. If for some reason Restoration Games, I think it was Restoration Games, is the company behind that.
And then there's fun little ones like the Circus Meeple. Have you guys played Meeple Circus?
Yeah.
I think it's one
We
of the-
played the
played
big one.
Giant
Yeah.
Meeple Circus.
Yeah.
I don't know that we did
They're
it
like
with an
literally
app.
like huge. Yeah, I don't know if they had an app for that.
Oh, so it plays the music for you while
Oh,
you're
okay.
doing the thing, and then it has clapping
Nice.
randomly, and you have to like do something during the clapping.
Oh,
right on.
okay.
Sheriff of Nottingham has
That's
a
funny.
decent app.
Yeah.
Apps, for timers like 5
Yeah,
minute,
yeah.
Oh,
little
yeah.
games like
5
that.
minute Marvel, 5 minute
it's-
dungeon.
But it's just a nice new little thing you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Why
dig
not?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Oh.
I like
I
my
have-
Twazi app.
I have
Yeah.
one final
first
thing
player.
that I love.
Sure.
That the one trend is that again, this is Games Workshop stuff, but they're getting into I call them like hook games, where like, hey, do you like this Blood Bowl idea? Well, we've got this thing. It's called Blitz Bowl. It's much simpler to play. And it
Oh,
has,
so they've got the streamline.
Yeah,
It's almost like Blood Bowl Light.
yeah,
right?
it really
yeah,
is.
Actually,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. Blitz Bowl is great, by the way.
My Little Scythe?
Right.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Right.
Like the really streamlined games like, hey, if you want to play with a huge team, well, you could get that other game, but this is
Right.
Yeah.
Kind of get you in the door a little
Yeah.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah, and again, a lot of those come to the push fit miniatures. All of a sudden,
Increase
like,
the accessibility.
yeah, it's taking that curve and just flattening it down.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
wondering if some of the Awakened Realms Light games are going to be like that.
Man, I
Ooh,
wanted to
that'd be
back
nice.
that one fighting one so bad, and I didn't.
Ugh.
But yeah. No, I think we. Anybody else got any?
No.
'Cause-
No,
I think
I'm
we crushed
good.
it.
Good.
I think we.
Yeah, I felt really good about that.
Me
That's
too.
good.
Good topic, Spencer.
That's
You can
good.
stay.
I liked. I actually kind of liked all of our trends.
Yeah,
like
they're all good.
I am on board with all of
Always,
these.
yeah.
for sure.
So I'm glad Dan wasn't here.
Yeah,
I
'cause we
love
would have had
trends.
something that we would have
I love
hated.
games where you have to take the actual physical game and then rip it to pieces. No,
No, I don't like that.
No, not a
I
fan.
don't like that.
No,
I don't like that. I
bueno.
don't wanna.
no.
I don't wanna.
No, there are games like that. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to gently put this in the box.
Right.
Destroy this card when you know.
No.
I'll set it over here.
Not gonna do it.
No,
I haven't even done it to like the pieces in Gloomhaven that have stickers on them. You take the sticker
Oh,
off,
right.
and I'm like, and I still have the card.
Yeah.
Sure.
Not gonna do it. Wouldn't be prudent.
So, what are some of the top? What are some of the trends that you guys like
Yeah.
right now? What are you excited about? I
Right.
mean,
What do you want to see? Like
I'm sure we
developers keep doing.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sure we've missed some stuff. What are some themes you like? That you want to see? We didn't even touch on like,
No,
I
things
need.
that we want,
I'd like
yeah.
to see this is a theme
Push
now.
fit dinosaur game now.
There we go. Push fit dinosaur game. Spencer's in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Spencer is in.
I want to see that with all the mechs, dinosaur mech push fit.
Right. All right. Well, these guys,
While
are
those guys
doing
are going
I need
off,
to leave.
make sure you check out our friends at the Board Game Mechanics.
Thank you.
They're pretty okay.
They are pretty okay. They've got a YouTube channel and a podcast that they put out weekly. The YouTube channel populates all the time. Jason's always cranking out videos over there. Most of them are pretty okay. Also, thank you for subscribing. We do have a giveaway.
Yeah.
500 subs. We're like 103 away to give away AEG's Kickstarter exclusive Edge of Darkness. It's a gigantic
box.
And we will send it to you for free.
It's like Gloomhaven size box.
All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and comment on that giveaway video, and we will randomly pick once we hit 500. So there's no time limit. We're just going to leave it out there until it's done. And then once we do that one, we're going to do a giveaway for 600. So, and then we'll probably do a giveaway for 700.
Man, I wish I could be in these giveaways.
I know, right?
I work here.
Tell your friends.
Well, if you'd
Tell your
subscribe,
family.
Spencer doesn't watch the videos. That's a joke, but not really.
Yeah. Not a funny one.
Hey.
So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. I've been Tim.
I've been Bob.
I've been Spencer.
And I'm CJ. Go check out the miniatures rundown where we're going to do the same thing that these jokers do once we hit that 300 sub mark. So
I'm going to go over there because I'm not actually on his show.
a good
So
point.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
we have a
sub.
chance to win.
no. So I'm going
Really
to
subs, dude.
yeah, I'm going to be reeling these jokers in to.
Well, I can't go on your show until I can, if it makes me ineligible to win.
It's true.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to be
Warhammer
disqualified
I
from
haven't
winning.
been on his show
I'll,
yet.
We'll figure this
We'll
out.
talk after the show. Anyway.
I'm just trying to save on shipping, guys. Just
That's right,
make me the winner. It'd be so much easier.
Sure, buddy.
Be so much easier.
Yeah.
So for the board game rundown, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Since Dan's not here, we're going to talk about Dan.
We love Dan. Dan is awesome. He is the best guy in the world.
Thanks for checking out the Board Game Rundown. If you like what you saw, like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Share our videos on social media and spread the word. We publish new content weekly, including reviews, unboxing, and Let's Plays. And as always, thanks for watching.